Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, welcome. A few days ago, we just celebrated Thanksgiving, a time of giving thanks, obviously. So we thought about family, friends, and food, glorious food. So we should give thanks for that. We had a great time of weather, give thanks for that as well. I've learned that we need to, nowadays, we complain a lot about the smallest things to the biggest things, but we're very good at complaining. But how good are we at having an attitude of gratitude? I want us to all focus on 3 things that's going to help us to change our negative attitudes, to remember all the blessings that we do have, and put aside all the negative aspects. First thing I want to talk about is count your blessings. There's a song to count your blessings one by one. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? You stub your toe and you say, thank you. When you drive your car and you get cut off on the highway, you say, I hope you have a good day. Probably not. You throw up the good old gesture, the one finger that says, this is what I think about you. I don't think we're having a good day off the bat. But think about this. Count the blessings that you did have. How did that day go? I started doing something, and I can attest to this, which is our word, you'll find out. I can attest to waking up each morning and starting to say, what am I thankful for? As I drive my 30-minute ride to work, I ask myself, what am I thankful for? And I started doing that to see if I could actually get through the entire ride without going nuts. I want us to try to do that. Take your time when you wake up in the morning or before you even go to bed. Write down on a piece of paper 5 things that were great. 5 things that went right today. Then try to move that to 6, and then 7, and then 8. And the reason you're going to do that is you're going to concentrate on the things that went well, and not the things that went bad. So count your blessings one by one. Second thing I want us to do is to take our eyes off our own problems and look at other problems that people have. Now, granted, we all have our problems and our issues and situations. And granted, mine is bigger and better than yours, and probably more important than yours. And I am important. But there are 34 million people in Canada. I'm sure everybody has a problem that's probably bigger than yours. And you have to focus on, my problem is big, but guess what? You may have a problem as well, Helen. How can I help you? How can I help you, Valerie? How can I help you, Matt? How can I help you, Mitch? You start doing this, and you start to realize, you know something? I have talents. I have gifts that I can help somebody else who's in dire need. And by doing that, you'll start to realize that your situation isn't that bad, but you can help someone else get out of that slump back on solid ground. Can you imagine your workplace, the atmosphere, the negative atmosphere you have at your workplace, and you start doing something nice there by saying, hey, can I get you some coffee? I'm sure they're not going to cuss you down the rest of the day. You're going to have a good day today. Third thing I want us to do, besides counting our blessings, taking our eyes off, looking at the negative and finding the positive in it. We had a storm that happened. The rain fell, clouds covered, but guess what? The sun eventually came out. Think of your situation. Think of how bad it is, but look deep down inside and find out and ask yourself, did I find anything else good in this situation? The person may have cut me off, but I'm alive. My boss may have yelled at me that I didn't do a good job, but guess what? I still have a job. My car is a rusty old bucket that I have to kick and curse before it to start, but you're not taking the TTC. Don't anybody tell about that. It's not the better way. But you have a vehicle. So look and find out how bad is your situation and what you can do to look at it and go, I found something great in the midst of it. So before we leave, and before you leave this day, and as tomorrow's going to be a brighter day, I want us to A, start writing down all the good things you had. 2, I want us to take our eyes off our own situation just for a moment and look at someone else's situation. And 3, I want us to do something that's going to be very difficult. How bad is your situation? Look at it and find the positive inside of it. And with that, thank you for your time. And I test we will have a great day. Thank you.